Good morning, Houston, and welcome back to the Athletes United platform here on the Edge Radio Network, where truth still matters. I'm your host, Big Mel, known as his judgeship, master of all that he surveys, and final arbiter of all that comes before him. I'll be just thrilled today to have a young man on this program who has set in motion a fairly high concept restaurant slash CBD. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
With CBD products?
Yes. So we right now in the state of Texas, as far as the hemp, it's legal in Texas. Moving forward, the legislature is going to do other things, but yes, I have actually put together the first CBD slash cafe, so we can actually have full dining. And I have a classical chef actually putting together the menu to where we
That's
have.
fantastic.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fantastic. His name, incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, is Gary Smith. The great Gary Smith. So let's give him a hand this morning, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
This is an interesting concept, Gary. I mean, how did you arrive at this? Where did the inspiration come from?
Well, I was always interested, and I've been studying the cannabis industry for years, and I started to look into all the medical benefits. And as the bill was actually passed for Texas, I seen that a lot of shops were popping up, and this was something that I wanted to get into. But at the time, finances didn't allow me to make the moves as fast as other industries, other bigger names, and a lot of companies from other states where this product is legal and they start coming down with the franchise move. So the opportunity, presented me around this year, and I was also thinking, like, what could I do different? And it's always good. I didn't want to do the same thing that everybody else was doing, and I wanted to take the business a step further. So I actually integrated the cafe with the CBD products, and I have like a really healthy type menu to where you can actually come in and get a healthy meal and be introduced to the full cannabis industry as far as the CBD products are concerned, and go from there.
Could I actually, for example, could I buy a salad or something and put perhaps some form of mixture, oil?
Yeah, so we also offer a way of infusing the items with the salads. We have a house-made vinaigrette that we infuse. So therefore, you have the option of getting it infused or non-infused. You can come have regular lunch, or you can also try our infused items.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Now you are located in Spring, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Which will explain to everyone's in the north side of the Houston metro, approximately 20 minutes from downtown, 30 minutes from downtown. Why Spring?
I wanted to bring more of a different culture to that area, and then where it's located as far as the upper suburbs, I thought it would be a great area, great target market to bring forth this opportunity. So that's why I picked the Spring area, and currently I live, toward that side of town. So
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
so it was more, it was convenient.
Yes. Do you know that there is a strong market share for hemp products at this time? Or,
yes, it's actually growing, and the market has been growing over the years, and it's projected to be, billions and trillions of dollars throughout the U.S. There's so many benefits that they're finding out as far as from a medical standpoint that cannabis and hemp is bringing to the industry, and a lot of people are on board, and investors are looking forward for this product because it's a really beneficial thing that's going. It's really, really growing now.
Do we know that from a legalistic perspective?
Yeah.
Is it nationwide? Is it broadly accepted?
As far as the CBD and that particular cannabinoid, it is legal in most states except I believe 3. I believe there's 3 states that won't allow it, but with the legislation in the House, they're really pushing to make this legal across the board because of the medical benefits that it's bringing to everybody. It's been offset, and I think for different reasons as far as maybe with the pharmaceutical point of view of it. But now with the research that's been done, it seemed that it's a really beneficial product, and everybody should have the opportunity to uh, possess this particular form of medication.
Okay. We talk about medical benefits a great deal of hemp and cannabis type products. What, for the benefit of our viewing audience, what are those benefits? I mean, how does it apply? Is it some kind of a pain management system? Or
Yes, hemp itself, the CBD is a natural analgesic, so it's a natural pain reliever. Like other over-the-counter pills that you can buy,
uh-huh.
it's not a mass. It actually it doesn't just cover up the pain. It actually goes into your works with your endocannabinoid system to reduce these particular nervous reflectors
Mm-hmm.
that send signals to tell your body to inflame and to swell up.
Mm-hmm.
It actually stops that.
My.
Also with anxiety, people suffering from epilepsy, the studies from the children, a lot of customers come in my establishment and ask me, is this safe for kids? Well, to be honest with you, the only reason it was actually pushed toward the end and legalized because of the benefits that it was doing for children.
Really?
Parents were at home, and they were using cannabis, and this is actually working, and the medication that was prescribed for the doctor wasn't. But they felt like, hey, I'm doing something illegal, and I don't want to get in trouble for actually trying to save my child's life.
Sure.
So this was the forefront of the big push of getting cannabis legal across the board as far as CBD products in Texas. So yes, it has multiple benefits, and if you're taking it for one, it's still, you'll still be receiving all of the benefits from the cannabinoid, as far as anxiety, pain relief, lactic acid reduction, and just a lot of the athletes are in it too, because of yes.
Of course. It seems so far-reaching. You mentioned it as a disinflammatory, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Why then, Gary, in many states and some jurisdictions, it's still regarded as a scheduled drug.
Right. And I believe there's a lot of things that were brought forth this year just in our society, and we can all admit as Americans that some things in our system and laws and legalities that we have set forth that we've had like from 100 years ago for other reasons don't apply in today's society. So to answer your question, it's a lot of politics behind that. It's not that it's a problem. It's the fact that we have, there's money involved. So then we have the pharmaceutical issue, like, hey, well, we want to control it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this particular herb product is actually a product of the people, and we have an opportunity to get involved and to distribute this something that's positive for the people, and not be controlled. Also, we can make some money too. So
that's curious.
With the states that haven't made it legal and it's still a Schedule 1, that's one thing that I can say that some of the politicians now in Washington are discussing, that it makes no sense to have that particular thing as a Schedule 1, like heroin, cocaine. It's still in that category. So yes, they're getting ready to fix that. I think everybody has agreed and voted that this is a problem.
Are there some, like any other distributable product, is there a supply chain distribution issue, or is there ever a supply chain problem?
No, there isn't. No. At this time, there's not. It's just that these farmers are, a lot of the growers that we have throughout the United States, they're average everyday people like me and you, and they're actually willing to do business with the common citizen instead of doing direct business with the pharmaceutical company. It's their stuff. So that's where the politics comes into play.
Oh yeah, sure. Wow, this stuff is homegrown to a degree. I mean, this is not necessarily something imported from Acapulco.
No, but these farmers, they have sophisticated equipment. They have all of the machinery that it takes. It's a very delicate process. Temperature, climate, everywhere that you actually try to grow the crop is very important that all the elements are in place, so therefore the products are quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And you saw a connection with food stuff. How interesting. You went to cross connect.
Yes, because like when you think of medication, it's kind of, scary, boring, people have this stigmatism, but something healthy and it still gives you medical benefits. It also can be it can be enjoyable. So when you, and we all like to eat, we all like to eat healthy. I see more of our generation in 2021. We have a lot more health conscious individuals. So I I would like to infuse something good with something else that's good, and everybody likes to eat. I've created an entity. You crossbreed those, and you have a beautiful environment as far as from my vision.
That's powerful. Let's give him the name of your establishment again, in case we hadn't.
My establishment is Certified Hemp Hut. It's the first real CBD cafe in the state of Texas.
And it's located at?
Spring, Texas, 3422 FM 2920, Suite 180.
That's 3422 FM 2920.
Yes, sir.
Suite 180. Highly commercialized avenue there, 2920. And you have a website, a URL, or some identifier online.
Yes. You can also purchase our CBD products at certifiedhemphut.com. We have an array of items to get. Any questions that you have, you can also contact us at 281-323-4339 and ask any questions. And we welcome you to come in. There's a lot of people that would like to be educated on the product, and we welcome you to come in. I don't mind sitting down, spending time. I'll explain everything that I know about the cannabis industry and any questions that you may have.
We noticed in the T-shirt you have on here,
yes,
you have merch.
Yes, I do have merchandise. I have some merchandise. It's all available at the shop. You can come in with the T-shirts. You can order them as well as online.
That's wonderful. We're talking with Mr. Gary Smith here, ladies and gentlemen, of Certified Hemp Hut. He's giving you his URL and his location. We have a couple of interesting questions for him. We're going to come right back after this break.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing findhealthbenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
And we're back. We're talking to Mr. Greg Smith here of Certified Hemp Hut on the Athletes United broadcast on the Edge Radio Network, where truth still matters. And Greg, as we broke, we were talking about the restaurant itself and some of the benefits it has broadly. This is a pretty visionary entity you've come up with here, and it has a community benefits.
Yes, it has very many benefits. Like I was saying, people have a lot of different ailments as far as anxiety and inflammatory problems, epilepsy, digestive problems. It actually, even like CBG, the particular cannabinoid, it increases your appetite. So therefore, people have a lot of problems, eating and loss of appetite. CBG actually brings your appetite. CBD, a lot of people from the gym, they come working out and asking, would this actually help me with my diet? But it does. CBD is a appetite suppressant.
I see.
So it would help you, not have the bigger appetite, and therefore, it would help with weight loss. They're also doing studies in Canada. They started about approximately like a year ago, as far as the benefits of CBD with COVID.
Come on.
Yes, sir. It actually goes into helps the inflammation within the nasal cavity. Wow. So therefore, it doesn't cure COVID, but what it will do during the process of recovery, it will assist.
So that's circulatory benefits.
Yes, it has circulatory benefits, blood flow.
And you're telling me you can instigate the munchies, or you could demunchify someone.
Depending on which particular product that you come in, that you choose to have, or particular ailment that you have.
Is there there's no limit on the age range?
No, there isn't. There isn't a limit from children to elderly. They all come in and get these products because it's beneficial. And the main thing that I got into it for, because it's natural. I love the opportunity to give something to the people that's going to benefit them over time, and you're not going to destroy your liver or your kidneys are shot because you've been taking these prescription drugs for long periods of time. This is a product that you could take for a long period of time. You can't overdose on it, and it's going to be beneficial to you in the long run and help maintain your body's endocannabinoid system, which pretty much controls every area of the internals of your body.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
I love how you motioned towards me when you said elderly, but that's all right. I resemble that statement, and that's fine. You're there on 2920.
Yes, sir.
Which is sort of in the hub of a lot of commercial businesses.
Right, it is, and it's a very diverse community.
Yes.
So therefore, there's no particular one or the other. Everybody, it's a great melting pot. So that was another reason why I choose to open up in that particular location, so I can reach all genders, all ages, ethnicities, and cultures. Yes. And as far as like with the food items, I have a classical chef that puts a contemporary twist on it, Mr. Jasmine Tyson.
Yeah, let's say his name. Mr.
Jasmine Tyson. Got to give him credit because some of the dishes that we have and we serve, everyone that's coming to the shop, they've just been amazed, and they're new. And we have quesadillas, and everybody's had a quesadilla, so we said we put a twist on it. We come with an oxtail quesadilla.
An oxtail quesadilla?
Yes, sir. Oxtail quesadillas. We have turkey clubs, and people come, okay, well, I've had a turkey club before, but you haven't had our ramelette sauce. It's homemade, and this sets it off. And you also can get that item, that particular sauce infused if you want. So, yes, it's something new. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Everybody's just coming in, they're raving over the idea and the concept. And, as we like to try something new.
Is your restaurant, is your firm connected to any of the online delivery services, Grubhub?
Yes, sir. At the
Uber Eats.
Yeah, in the Houston area, you can look us up on Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. We're available. So we can these products and the actual food items we can have delivered to you. So I suggest you give us a try.
Well, that's fantastic.
You won't be disappointed.
What are your hours, Gary? Typically,
My hours are typically from 10 to 9 during the weekday, and on weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, we're open 10 to 11.
Wow. And let's talk about pricing. I mean, people want to know if they're out for an evening of affordability.
Yes, very affordable. We have very affordable prices. I know we're bringing some of the dishes that we have. We're giving you exotic dishes for a very affordable price. I constantly watch the market, so therefore the CBD items, the cannabis items that I provide for you, I try to make them. I want to be the most affordable guy in town. So when CBD first hit the industry, one comment that I heard people often mention was the price. They were very pricey because of and I understood because of the process and the extracting process it took to make these in the beginning, and they were very pricey. So I have customers walking in now that the industry has maintained itself. A lot of these items are very affordable, and a third of what you would cost to get your prescription.
Interesting.
Right.
Gabby, this is a forward-looking kind of industry. It's blooming right before our eyes. It's become a cottage, more than a cottage industry. This is now a recognized economy in and of itself.
Yes, we have politicians that are talking about it in Washington. You know, they're talking about it all over the world.
How about that?
Yes, sir.
Are we going to get left behind in this stuff, Gary? I mean,
no, we're not. One thing as far as the people behind it in the industry, you know, we individuals like myself, we're fighting for our spot in this industry. And I appreciate like people on the Hemp Council that, you know, we've battled against the pharmaceutical company. They're not going to control this market. This is a market for the people. And that has given me an opportunity to bring forth the great ideas. And there's people that'll come after me with other ideas.
Sure. So you're confident we're going to have a seat at the table on this particular...
Yes, we will. I'm a living proof that we're going to have a seat at the table.
And it's reached, you're telling me, all the way to our highest legislative branches.
Yes. Even, you know, not on a sour note, but even our former president has backed this particular product. People don't know, but, you know, when I say I'm reaching every side of the spectrum, everybody that's honest about it, this is the way to go because it's healthy, it's benefiting people. This is a good thing, and I'm just ecstatic to be a part of something, a great movement going forward for the future.
So this is a debate that's being had in the state houses.
Yes, right now as we speak. And the House has already voted, like I said, to take it away from that Schedule 1, that silly category that it's in. It makes no sense. And those individuals that don't partake and, you know, don't support the CBD, they still have admitted that there's no way that individuals should be getting incarcerated for this. I mean, when you have the doctors saying that, hey, this is helping me focus and it'll help you, you know, with anxiety, and it helps you with things that you have to go get prescriptions for and is more healthy. You know, why am I putting maybe some of these individuals that have been caught and have these cases, they were using the drug for medical benefits and it was actually better than the latter option.
Sure. We're led to believe, I guess, through our conditioning, that there's always a pharmacological solution to all that ails us. And you're telling me that this stuff has real medical benefits.
Yes, it has real medical benefits.
Does it enjoy the support of the medical community broadly?
I've talked to a lot of doctors myself, and not one has said that it does nothing. They said with the political thing, because the FDA and the pharmaceutical companies has not made any moves on it because of the lack of control that they had on the industry. But yes, studies have showed that it has real medical benefits and it's much safer than taking a synthetic product that's been produced that you put in your body. We all know when you have a pill commercial, you get 15 to 50 different things that it's going to do to you. And I watched those commercials and I've been horrified. I'm like, hey, ain't no way I want to take that. This pill may cause death, and it's the most horrific stuff. You'll never, even the individuals that are not bagging CBD, they don't have anything bad to say about it. Nothing.
Wow. So this is not some knee-jerk quackery we're talking about here. This is evidence-based science.
Yes, this is evidence. Yes, sir. Yeah. This is not just some herbal thing that people are coming up with, and it's their opinion. And to say again, also, a lot of people still don't know that we have products for animals. So we have dog treats. I also sell horse treats, things for your cats, and it actually works. One thing, we just had the first New Year's, and a lot of dog lovers and cat lovers, pet owners themselves, dogs go through anxiety with all the firecracker popping, and a lot of customers came in, and I told them this will, help your dog and ease them with anxiety, because we have a tendency to overlook that, and a lot of people, even with dog allergies.
Really?
Yes, we have all of the products that would help your pet, and I know we have a lot of pet lovers in America.
Yes, who would have thought of that?
Yeah, who would have thought of
chronic for your dogs.
Yes.
There it is. I love that. I love that idea. If you had your druthers, where would this industry be heading? How would it be placed in the broader society in the spectrum of profits and losses, on the spectrum of industries that generate jobs, economic activity, etc.? If you had your druthers, if you were in charge of how this industry is going to go, the cannabis industry is going to go,
I think it's going to be just as big as your Walgreens and CVS's on the stores, and stores like my own, like Certified Hemp Hut. You can actually go in, and I've made it into a really enjoyable environment. When I take my family out or my significant other, I like to go to enjoyable spots, places where I can have a good time and get positive energy. One thing, my whole theme for my team within the store, when you walk through the doors, we want to make sure the customers have positive energy, a good time. If you're having problems when you walk through the door, this environment, the products, the things that I have to serve you, when you leave, you'll be feeling better than what you did when you came in.
So conceivably, I just might drive through at some point in time in the near future and get me, so many ounces of some kind of cannabis product.
Right.
Dispensary, right there.
Yeah, this is where this is coming, and with the legislature, like I said, paperwork is already being drawn up in Washington. So therefore, I believe soon in the state of Texas, we'll be able to drive up and have the same opportunities of individuals in California and Colorado, Oklahoma as well. So we can go in and feel free and get the medical benefits that we know we need and works for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. Gary, you've educated us this morning. You've given us some insight into areas that seem rather murky at first and seem like something, under the economy,
Right. And I believe in it's my job and other people to take the banner off cannabis. It's been, you have individuals that, if you ask them, they're probably uneducated about the actual herb, and they paint this picture. And what media has put out about cannabis over the years is not true. And as we know, in sociology, that when you tell a person they can't do something, human beings will find a way to do it if they choose to. So a lot of the question is like, okay, when they legalize it, is crime going to go up and all of these other things? This is just a picture that they paint. You make it responsibly legal, and the society will handle it accordingly.
Yes.
I don't have to sneak and go get this. Hey, I'm anxious, I had a long day. Hey, I can ride to this particular shop and I can get what I need. I can get the natural herb and cannabis that I need to help me maintain my personal situation.
Yes. Quite insightful, Gary. Again, we're talking to Mr. Gary Smith of Certified Hemp Hut. Tell them again where you're located.
3422 FM 2920, Spring, Texas.
And your URL again is?
CertifiedHempHut.com.
Fantastic. Gary, come back and talk to us soon, will you please?
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me.
It was our pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're out.
Between the ages of 0 and 5, a child's mind is very impressionable. Researchers call it the theta brainwave. This low frequency is the state of consciousness between the conscious and subconscious worlds. In this state, the mind is capable of deep and profound learning, healing, and growth. There is a subconscious loop that's created during these early years. Who you believe you are has been downloaded based on experiences that you have had. A bad experience could create fears and limitations. Do you love who you are? Do you believe in yourself? The reality is that you can't control your childhood. All you can do is interpret it. You can choose to see your good and your value. Try this experiment. Project forward. See yourself at 80 years old. Now you have lived a lifetime. What advice would you have for your younger self? What risks would you have taken? What relationships would you have avoided? Did you celebrate life? Did you allow yourself to feel, to be present? Your 80-year-old self would tell you to not live in fear, to have faith that things will work out, that all you have to do is persist until you succeed. Your 80-year-old self would tell you to stay healthy, to take care of your body. And it would ultimately tell you to share your gifts with the world. Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Welcome back again, Houston. I'm Big Mel. Sitting here today on a rather dour note, I want to speak and have some commentary on current conditions and current events, because some of the recent events have been so disruptive and abrasive to my sensibilities, and apparently to millions of others. And I'm watching television the other night, and watched guys with guns in our nation's capital, walking unabated, with little to no resistance. And I drifted back a bit, and the name David Donald Mulford comes to mind. David Donald Mulford. He was a California assemblyman and a state legislator in the late 1960s, whose single act, in my mind, whose single act of cowardice set the tone for the disparate treatment of gun owners across this nation. I had a relative at the time who was an operative, and I'm a young boy at the time, but I was very, very, very aware, very conscious, very socially conscious in those turbulent times. I had a relative at the time who was an operative in the Black Panther Party of Oakland, California. And that group not only adopted a policy of patrolling its own neighborhoods to prevent police violence, but they also decided to further demonstrate their belief in the Second Amendment by heading to the Capitol in Sacramento to march in unison in opposition with their loaded shotguns carried in the safe position. Again, all legal and sanctioned. Who wouldn't support that? That's our nation. That's our Constitution. But none other than the big, bad, gun-loving, Second Amendment upholding NRA ran their candy rabbit asses to the state assembly and got some lawmaker to draft an act to institute a guard against that. They instituted a gun control measure, of all things. The big, bad NRA. And they managed to pass that act, signed by then Governor Ronald Reagan of California. And it was all about prohibiting those guys from carrying guns, period. It's never been about guns. It's never been about guns. It's always been about who's carrying them. Let's not feign ignorance here. Some time ago, I was in Washington, D.C. on some business. And I had to convene at a hotel in a hospitality suite, some 20 miles away, known as Rockville, Maryland, in Montgomery County, not far from a very popular place called Gaithersburg. As the crow flies, this town is approximately 17 and a half miles from our nation's capital. And it's kind of interesting because in 1864, back during what we know to be one of the most deadly events of this nation, the Civil War, when all seemed dour for the rebels, an elite rebel force set up on a hill in charge of multiple battalions and multiple caissons in Rockville, of all places. They could see the shine of the Capitol Dome from where they were. However, given how badly the First Battle of Bull Run had gone for Union troops, Washington, D.C. was now probably the most fortified city in America. So much so that it was viewed as unimpeachable. And word was sent back to General Robert E. Lee that the city was absolutely impregnable and further attempts would be unadvisable. So even the elitist of Lee's elite force of the armies of Northern Virginia didn't dare approach the Capitol. Not a one. Big bad Bobby Lee wouldn't dare with all the force and muster that he commanded. Therefore, how disconcerting to sit at dinner the other evening and see some guy on TV in Levi's who probably sell hammers at Home Depot walk through Statuary Hall with that damn battle flag, a damn racist-ass battle flag across his shoulders. Mercy. Immediately thereafter, they show what looks like a Capitol Hill cop running from this mob, being chased by a mob. But he diverted their attention from the actual hiding place of all the legislators and the lawmakers. Thank goodness. I sat and nearly choked on my dinner at the irony and high symbolism of all this. A predominantly white middle-aged male crowd of glorifying Confederate flags attempting insurrection. And at that very moment, the very heart of democracy fell in the hands of a descendant of slaves. How ironic. His actions alone spared democracy in many respects. Mercy. So I don't know where we go from here, but the answer is not in the fall calls for unity or in some fake little Christianity, because as the Honorable Frederick Douglass had mentioned many, many years ago, the church door is often set next door to the auction block. That's never been a safe haven. So we aren't impressed nor fooled by your attempted piety. Too much history to wash under this bridge? No. You'll have to be sought out, tried, held accountable, and imprisoned to come to terms with this mercenary act of sedition. Your privy will be revoked this time for the purpose of what I found is called a more perfect union. I'm Big Mel, and that's my commentary for today. Thank you very much, and follow us again as we arrive next week on the Edge Radio Networks, where truth still matters. We're out.